There, bit behind.
No, that's turquoise glazes.
Oh.
This is the one with the blue top.
We'll find it in a minute.
Under there.
Oh, it's over
there.
here.
Yeah.
There it is. We'll do that in a minute. So this is the main one which you'll be dipping into, or if you had to pour over your work yesterday, then you can use this for pouring as well. I say Clover's done the main stirring of it this morning, but like the slip, it does settle fairly fast, and you do need to make sure that it's properly just stirred up before you dip into it. Otherwise, there'll be a watery layer over the top, and then you'll have that bit which goes over your work which won't resist properly. Okay, so do make sure. And a bit like yesterday, we were saying don't go too vigorous with it, or you'll get a lot of air bubbles, and they will affect the final outcome. But as it's drying, like with all these glazes, when it's dried and you see a lot of air bubbles there, you can just go gently over with your finger to smooth them over, and then that'll help. Okay, so same sort of things as yesterday. I'll just demonstrate on this tile. This one's got masking tape on it, and I'm just looking for the end, Jenny. Normally you're really good.
well, they've obviously got flattened down. That's there and there.
Okay, so just have a look at them first. If you've got tapes on, little tapes there, make sure you know where all the ends are so that you can try and get to them once they're covered in glaze. Okay, and you're either going to dip the same way as you did yesterday, using tongs or using your hands, or we're going to pour. And I suggest something like 6 seconds. It's quite a thin glaze.
Seconds of silence.
Gently out, and then it'll start drying, and there's a sort of optimum moment really for taking off this tape. If you do it too soon, it'll sort of start ripping off the slip and the glaze with it. If you do it too late, you might get a sort of jagged line on it. Now, where do we suggest we start?
It's
Not quite dry
here.
enough yet.
On the ends here, or that one there. That one there probably. Or even
This
that
one
one
here?
there.
That one there. Let's
Lifted
take
up.
that one off there.
Yeah.
Okay. And so if you get it just as it's starting to dry, you can get some nice, clean, sharp lines. If you do it too early, it'll start lifting the slip and glaze layer with it. And if you've got tapes crossing over each other, as this one has, you'll soon feel it.
That's all right, just pull.
We'll see where we get to. That can make it a little bit messy, but we'll see.
Interesting mark, won't
That's
it?
right, yeah. And if you make a nasty mark like that, just smooth it over gently. Okay, so that's taking this off. When you've taken the tapes and things off, I'll put a rubbish bag out here for them to go straight into.
Or you could go in outside and sit in the
Well,
sunshine.
still put it in the rubbish bag,
Yes.
even if you do it outside.
Because if it's just thinking of the amount of people coming to dip and that, so it might be good just to...
Okay, if you're doing sgraffito, this is also quite a good moment to start doing the sgraffito. So I'll sign this one with mine. So this is what I always do. I sign my work in the smoke, using the smoke just as a sgraffito. So, but that's a good time to be doing it as well. Again, if you do it too early, it'll just sort of start to lift it. It'll be a bit sprodgy. If you do it too late and you try to sgraffito through, then it won't give you such a sharp line. It'll give you a bit of a jagged line on it as well. Okay, so that's the sgraffito. And then, of course, as soon as you've got it properly dry, just clean off the edge which it's going to stand on in the kiln. And you do that. So again, try and do it. You could take it outside. I think that would be the best thing for this, to do it outside. I normally clean it off dry first, because I find, and you don't need to worry about this glaze running down. okay, it's not a fluid glaze because we're stopping it at a point where it's just starting to mature, so you don't need to clean up the sides or anything like that, as long as the edge which it's standing on in the kiln is totally clear.
And you don't want to wipe it with a wet sponge.
Well, yes, I mean, it's
You can use it
the reason for that is you can actually then catch the glaze with the sponge and you'll be
Set it
dragging
up
glaze
as well.
along.
Yeah.
It won't actually probably mess up the work in the kiln if you're standing. It won't be enough to stick it to the kiln shelf, but it will leave a trail of glaze on here, very, very thin and fine, which you'll still see because it will stay on there and it will stop the smoke going into that particular area which you might have on there. Okay, all right,
Thank you.
good. So that's that bit. Right.
And I advise doing one piece at a time. You don't want to dip loads of pieces because you want to be able to control. Yeah.
Would you suggest